Thank you for supporting me as I launch my book, Leading to Succeed. I'm thrilled with the opportunity to share what I know to help us co-create the new workplace. This book is very timely as Gen Zs are entering the workforce with new ideas, greater awareness of the impact of global events, and hunger for meaningful work that's aligned to their values, beliefs, and purpose. I firmly believe that we are going through a transition that will require everyone's leadership skills to shape the future of work. How, where, what, and why of the work is changing, and the multi-generational workplace is emerging through this collective effort. In this book, I help individuals understand the connections between their emotional development and their sense of self in a world that's continuously changing. In the next few minutes, I will share a few key ideas you will find in this book. A core belief I express in this book is that translating insights into action is a process of self-awareness, self-acceptance, and action. In my experience as a licensed psychotherapist, spending the last 20 years working with and for global Fortune 500 companies, I became an explorer of what creates the conditions for people to do their best work. It's being well documented that employees need to feel that they belong in the workplace to allow for their best ideas and perspectives to be verbalized. We know today, for example, that our values, beliefs, and purpose are dynamic and may evolve from our past experiences to current events and future responses to environments we choose to be in. But inevitably, we all have developed self-limiting beliefs that prevent us from exploring and trying new opportunities. Imposter syndrome is the most common example of what happens when we develop the idea that to be confident you need to know everything. But the reality is that we can grow and challenge ourselves if we don't seek stretch assignments in challenging roles. So imposter syndrome is a normal reaction to challenging situations that you may not be in control of yet, but you will. Learned helplessness is another emotional condition that I talk about that's very common. Most of us have been conditioned to not try new ways of handling situations that seem hopeless. When we feel that no matter what we do, we cannot change a situation, you start developing what we call learned helplessness, which is learned. So the work here is to unlearn what we learned so our sense of agency comes forward. I believe that building positive beliefs of the self is the way we will build a future that's better for everyone. Becoming a leader is a complex process of awareness, acceptance, and action, as I said. But in essence, leadership can only be manifested through expressions of the leader. We have talked for so many years about leading the self, the others, and business. But we have not yet connected dots between the states of our emotional development that will help us get there. And it starts with consciousness, which is a higher level of awareness, of context, content, and comprehension of your internal and external understanding of the world. Curiosity, however, is about looking at others with no judgment, in a non-judgmental approach to diversity, equity, and belonging. Being inclusive requires acceptance of what we have internalized from caretakers in the past and taking a step further to discover our true selves in your own values, our own beliefs, and attitudes towards inclusion. Lastly, courage is an expression of leaders who don't rely on knowledge to exert power. Instead, they accept their fears, limitations with conviction that ideas are generated everywhere and we achieve self-actualization through that. In the book, I share a few frameworks for decision-making, coaching, the characteristics of the new workforce. But I think these 5 skills are essential for anyone leading in the new workplace. If you play your cards, is an acronym, authentically, you will become the great leader you can be. Cognitive mastery is the convergence of insights related to your emotional reactions, your cognitive capabilities to manage multiple realities with calm and respond to difficulties with grace and dignity. Adaptive resilience about responding to situations in ways to show your empathy contextually. It's not about grit and being rigid. It's about being in touch with your feelings, resources, beliefs that everything is temporary. Reciprocity alignment speaks to your ability to build mutually beneficial relationships based on positive understanding of each other, and how reciprocity is not a quid pro quo practice. It requires reasoning, empathy. Digital fluency goes without saying. We all need to understand this as a new modern workforce. And the multi-generational workplace, we must nurture sharing, learning without shaming or creating divide between generations. Last but not least, sense-making might become one of the most valuable skills for any leader who needs to synthesize high volume of data, seek signals in the marketplace, and offer potential convergence of sense-making for the organization and their people. All of these skills are clusters of sub-skills you will learn in the book. I truly hope this is the beginning of a new way of leading that's available to everyone. These skills are also incredibly valuable for our personal relationships as we build our lives without predetermined pathways. Thank you so much for watching and for being a member of this exciting community of the future of work champions, co-creating the new workplace with me and my peers, one leader at a time. Thank you.